Life in prison with the possibility of parole. That's the sentence handed down today to Kilani Derego, the man convicted of beating a cab driver to death.
Kilani Derego sat quietly, showing no emotion as Judge Dexter Del Rosario sentenced him to life in prison with the possibility of parole. On May 1st of 2010, cab driver Charles Tang was found badly beaten in a parking lot in Waipahu. He would die from the injuries. Earlier, Tang had picked up two passengers in Waikiki and drove them to Waipahu, where they argued over a $66 fare. Teenagers Kilani Derego and Michael Robles were arrested and charged in connection with Tang's death. Tang's widow addressed the court through an interpreter.
And until now, I still feel that the defendant is not admitting the guilt and finding all kinds of excuse that they did not do that.
Co-defendant Robles was convicted earlier of manslaughter and sentenced to 20 years in prison. During his trial, he testified it was Derego who beat Tang. But when Derego's trial began, he said he wasn't even there. A resident at the time of the Halikipa group home in Manoa, Derego claimed he was out with his family that weekend and showed a Facebook posting that he was at a party. The jury found Derego guilty of murder in the second degree.
I hope that you can do a fair sentencing and give righteous to my husband.
Derego, whose lawyer says they plan to appeal, had nothing to say to the court.
In this case, he never admitted any criminal responsibility, and that allocution to then express remorse for conduct would be going against his trial strategy. So it's not surprising that he declined to say anything because he's maintaining that he was innocent.
In 6 months, the Hawaii Paroling Authority will determine the minimum length of time Derego must serve behind bars.